Offense looking to keep the drive going here. 3rd and short now from the 44. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. He's going to pull it down and run. Slides down to avoid the tackle.
This could be a turning point in this football game. Defense does a good job. It's 3rd down. They got to get after this quarterback, and instead, he pulls it down and picks up big yards for a first down. Kind of feel the momentum flipping here.
And we're going to throw now on first down. He lets it go. Oh, that one's picked off. Look out, he's got some space. Across the 40. Past the 20. Return to pick 6. Touchdown, San Diego State. Well, the takeaway and the touchdown, that is just a dream play for any defender, Kurt.
Well, let's start with the interception. I just love the fact that he got his eyes turned around, found the football, and then has the athletic ability to be able to secure it. Then he goes back to high school running back days and shows you what he can do with the ball in his hands and takes it all the way back for a touchdown. Beautiful thing.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So a touchback will start at the 25. So here comes the Commodores offense back on the field. They moved the ball in the last possession, but a devastating end of the drive, a pick 6. Can they recover from that right now? Heads out of bounds and a short gain on the play.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. The Commodores will hustle to the line here to run the hurry up. Shotgun formation here on 3rd down. Easy throw to a wide open receiver downfield. And he goes down after a big chunk play, the kind of explosive play this offense has been looking for. And the Commodores starting a new series here on 1st and 10. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Caught quickly. Breaking free at the 35. Oh, and he breaks free. It's a foot race. And he finally steps out of bounds after a huge gain. It'll be first down and goal. Offense racing down the field. It sets up a 1st and goal inside the 10. Ball handed off. And that's a solid gain before the defense able to bring it down.
A pretty good push up front here by this offense line to get some positive yards here. You wonder if they're going to be able to run it in, or they're going to have to spread this defense out and try to find a one-on-one matchup and put the ball through the air for the touchdown.
It's a 2nd and goal play for the offense. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Defense looking for a stop on 3rd and goal. Quarterback making adjustments now to what the defense is showing. Pressure is coming. Junior steps up and makes an impact play.
Boy, it's 3rd and goal, Chris, and they decide to throw for it. Nowhere to go with the football. The defense comes up with this big sack. And as an offensive coordinator, I don't think it's a bad call at all, but you got to put more pressure on this quarterback to make quicker decisions to get the ball out of his hands much quicker. Well, they almost put a touchdown on the board, but instead they come away with 3 points.
So after coming away with 3 in that drive, the kickoff team is out. Bringing it out, it's Figueroa. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? quarterback gets the football. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. They lose yards on first down, so 2nd and long from the 16. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. It's a quick grab. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
Well, here the defense decided to sit back and play zone, and that front didn't do a good job of pressuring the quarterback. He had the time to make the throw, and he put it on target.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. Fires it to the wideout. This one's going to fall incomplete. Brings up 4th down.
This is one of the beauties of rushing 3 and dropping 8. Quarterback sits back there and has to find an open receiver. And you've got 8 men in coverage. The quarterback holds the ball and holds the ball and holds the ball. And eventually, even with just 3, eventually they get home and effective.
Returner brought down. Sets up the next drive. So here comes the Vandy offense back on the field now. The last possession, they moved it, but settled for a chip shot. So it's sort of an unsatisfying result. Looking to do more here. Makes a quick catch. Runner scoots out of bounds after gaining decent yards.
Well, this is the risk you take when you play man-to-man coverage and you leave a linebacker on a running back. The quarterback does a nice job of seeing that mismatch and getting the ball to the back for some good yards.
And he just throws it away.
Man, the defense took everything away from him. What do you expect him to do? He can't force the ball into traffic and potentially throw the interception. Does a good job of getting out of the pocket, away from the pressure, and just throw the ball away. See what happens on this next down.
Offense trying to move into scoring position if they can convert 3rd and short here from the 50. And the wideout goes in motion. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Breaks clear. End zone ahead. They make the first down. Brought down to the 31.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
And it looks like the quarterback's going to run it. Tackle made after a big gain. Through one period, these teams are finding out that playoff games just feel different. Who can handle the nerves better as we head to the second? Crucial play here to begin the quarter as the offense sets up 1st and goal. And he's able to find some room before they finally bring him down.
Boy, positive yards there on 1st and 10. Good job up front by that offensive line. Good hard running by this running back. And now you got a lot of options. That playbook can really open up on 2nd and inches.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Commodores looking to crank up the tempo a bit. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. It's an option look. And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Commodores.
Chris, that's what I love about this quarterback. It's a great touchdown, but he shows you his versatility. We know he can throw it, but here he shows you his speed and how he can make the defense pay for that as well.
PAT puts him up 3. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. Fielded in the end zone. It's Figueroa. Tackled at the 13. Not great field position to start the drive. The Aztecs offense back on the field now. They're coming off a quick 3 and out, so looking to put something together on this drive with a little more urgency. Goes to the sideline, steps out after a short gain.
No gain on the play. Brings up second down.
Getting set. Here's second down. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They bring him down quickly. A short pitch and catch to get a little bit closer to the marker. So let's see what they like here on 3rd and short from inside their own 20. Important to pick up this first down. Defense is coming after him. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete. This is a game-defining gamble. Coach going for it this close to his own end zone. 4th down, look at the throw for it. The pass rush closing in. And it's incomplete under heavy pressure. A big 4th down stop.
Chris, I just don't get it. You're inside your own red zone, and you're going for it here? You might as well just give the opponent the ball and a chance to score an easy touchdown.
He'll hand it off. It's a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide.
Got space, looking to score. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Vanderbilt. Well, no surprise for an offense this good. Short field, quick touchdown.
Yeah, you get into the red zone, though, there's a tendency to want to get conservative. I love that the offensive coordinator and the quarterback kept attacking until they came away with 7 points.
Now they get set to kick it away. Bringing it out, it's Figueroa. And he's tackled just short of the 25. San Diego State offense on the field now. The last possession, they came up empty, went for it on 4th down in their end and got stopped. The throw complete to the running back underneath. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time. And the Aztecs will crank up the tempo.
Defense kind of lost the running back here. Makes a nice catch and gets the first down in the process.
Scrambling around now, looking downfield.
Boy, this... incredible all year long, and they continue to be that way in the postseason. Just getting after this offense, whether it's putting pressure on the quarterback, great coverage downfield. Right now, they are dominating this game.
Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. It is intercepted. He's got some room and some blockers here. Crosses the 10. He steps out at the 6. What a crucial takeaway.
Boy, Chris, he hesitated just enough to give the defense a chance to get in position and come up with a big turnover.
And the Commodores line it up with 1st and goal. Receiver in motion now. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Nowhere to run. They'll corral him for no gain.
Well, that's one of those plays that works better against certain defensive looks, but not every defense is the same. They were all over that one. Let's see if they continue to attack to the outside on the perimeter to set something up downfield.
They flip it to him on the jet sweep. That's a stop behind the line of scrimmage. They've got him for a 3-yard loss.
This is a great job of being prepared by this defense. Almost anticipating this play, they're in position to bring him down for a loss.
They'll look to throw it on 3rd and goal. Doesn't hold on. Good hit by the DB. Now it brings up 4th down.
Hey, it's an incompletion, but it's a nice job by the quarterback. I know it didn't pan out, but the most important thing is he didn't turn the football over and he didn't take a sack. It'll give your kicker a chance to put some points on the board if they opt for the field goal here on 4th down.
And that one's straight down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further.
And that one, my gosh, I mean, it's almost too easy. Nice kick.
Following the field goal, the kickoff team is out there now. Doesn't bring the kick out. Touchback. They'll start at the 25. Here comes the San Diego State offense back out there. We'll see if this quarterback can shake off the interception he threw in the last possession. Snags the quick throw. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down.
A running back who can take a check down like that and turn it into a gain can be a quarterback's best friend. And it's an easy way to rack up those touches and get the ball to your playmaker in the open field.
And the tackle is made, not the big play that we're looking for, but a pretty solid gain. The Aztecs will come to the line to run the hurry up. The defense with pre-snap movement of its own. Short throw, running back makes the catch behind the line of scrimmage. We get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion. That's the 2-minute warning. Let's see if this offense can do something before the break to cut into this big lead. Offense facing 3rd and short, approaching midfield. Can they convert here, or will they face a tough 4th down decision? Ball handed to the running back. Brought down at the 46, good enough for a first down.
It's a good job here by this offensive line and the running back. Listen, these guys have really had a lot to do with why they're in this playoff game, right? So give it to the offensive line in the back. Get the first down in this 3rd and short. See what you can do from here.
On 1st and 10, looking to throw. But they can't make the connection. Ball's incomplete.
It has been a tough first half in this playoff game for this offense. They cannot get anything going through the air. Not only are they down the scoreboard, but there's really nothing to build around as we get ready to go into the second half.
Second down after the incompletion. Defense trying to jam these receivers at the line. Quarterback wants to throw it on 2nd down. Tries to get it to the running back. Nice throw, caught for a completion. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down. And the Aztecs have 1st and 10 here. Snapping it from the red zone now, looking to throw. But they don't make the connection. That one is incomplete.
From the snap of the ball, it looked like he knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football. But the guy just had him blanketed, and he still tried to get the ball squeezed in there. He's got to do a better job of working through his progressions to find that open man.
Fighting him off. They get him down, but that's a solid gain.
You know, a lot of people feel running backs with elite speed shy away from contact. That wasn't the case there. Instead of running around the defender, this back elected to run right through him.
Intercepted right near the end zone. What a play. Follows the pick with a nice return before Feiner being brought down.
When you get this close to the end zone, you've got to be able to come away with points, at the very least a field goal. They got to be scratching their heads and hoping that in the second half, this play right here doesn't come back to bite them.
Vanderbilt's offense heads back out onto the field now. Let's see how the offense plays it here. Not much time remaining if they want to get a chunk play, put him in scoring position before the half. It's caught. Breaks one tackle, gets brought down, but picks up some decent yardage. Commodores will hustle to the line to crank the tempo. Looking to pass here on second down. Receiver makes the grab. He's tackled quickly, but the yardage is good enough for the first down. A new set of downs after that completion. Quarterback making some changes at the line. Now the defense appeared to jump before the snap, and the flag comes out. The offense now operating in empty. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. Catch made all the way down inside the 35. Tackle made quickly, but a big chunk play for this offense through the air. And the offense will now quickly spend a timeout. The offense really clicking against this embattled defense. Motion by the back. Defense better adjust. A pop pass on the jet sweep. And a decent gain there before the defense brings him down. So the offense looking to be efficient here. Not much time remaining before the end of the half. The offense will call a timeout. That's their second of the half. Now it's second down here. And he drops back in the gun. Looking to scramble now. Scrambles out of bounds to avoid contact. He's going to be short of the mark.
Well, he was close to getting to that corner and picking up some big yards, but the defense does a good job of getting him out of bounds.
Now it's third and short from the 21. Defense trying to make a stand here and prevent a touchdown. They'll try to run for the first down. They bring him down after a gain. Looks like they'll spot it inches short of a first down. So a timeout is called to talk strategy. Maybe time for one or two more plays before halftime. So they won't take a shot at the end zone. Out comes the field goal team trying to get 3 before the end of the half. Right down the middle. And they add to their lead.
Chris, they get the 3 points, but looking back at it, 4th and inches. Pretty conservative call there. I really thought they would have gone for it.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. One more play before they head to the locker room. Looking to throw it on first down. Running out of time in the pocket. And the pass falls incomplete. No time left on the first half clock. Meadows going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it down to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. The Commodores will kick this deep, begin the second half. Fields it just outside the goal line. And he stopped at the 20. Tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. Offense back on the field now. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looks toward the sideline, finds the running back. Defense reacts quickly, a very short gain on the play. Made the catch, but he was surrounded for not much room to run.
They did a really good job that time of leveraging him out in space. I thought he might have a chance to be able to shake loose because he is so elusive. But defense, as you said, did a really good job in the open field surrounding him. Just nowhere for him.
The QB throws his third pick of the day. Big takeaway, now looking for a big return. And he steps out of bounds, a solid return and a great play to set up his offense here.
Well, this defense has been great the entire football game here. They knew they had a lot of pressure on them in the playoff. They stepped up and played well all game long, and now they get a critical interception here late in this game.
First and goal, they'll try to run it in. Touchdown, Commodores. And the route is on. That's a crucial touchdown for the offense, padding its lead now here in the second half.
Yeah, you get into this second half, you start to count possessions and how big your lead is. Now that you're up 2 possessions, you can start to play really smart football, not just on offense, but on defense as well.
And they'll set up with PAT. The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. And so it'll be a touchback, ball spotted at the 25. San Diego State offense on the field now. The last possession ended in an interception. Let's see if they continue to trust this quarterback in the passing game. Finds an open target on the left side. Runs through a tackle. He's got space here. Eventually they tackle him, but what a spin move to earn him the first down.
You know, each receiver brings something a little bit different to the table, Chris. To me, the outside receivers usually are a little bit longer, taller guys. You get those slot receivers in the inside, not only can they make the catch, but they have quickness to make plays after the catch. Great example of that right here.
And it's incomplete. The defensive pressure affected his throw that time.
Boy, this defense has been lights out all year long. In fact, it's been one of the best pass defenses in the country. Big reason why they're in this playoff, and they're living up to that standard today.
So 2nd and 10 after the previous play. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. And he lofts it toward the left sideline. Try a downfield shot. That's a good effort there. But now it's 3rd down.
Well, these guys just continue to struggle throwing the football. You know, whether it's been running the wrong route, the quarterback not being accurate, the offensive line not doing their job. It's been a collective effort, and it's a big reason why they're trailing now in this game.
A 4th down completion to the running back. Tackle is made. That's a short gain, well short of the marker. Fourth down, he's throwing for it. And he'll loft this one deep to the left side. And he can't connect. It's a costly turnover on downs.
Gosh, a drop pass here on this 4th down play. Everything was perfect. The execution is there. The route is nice. The ball is on the money. All he has to do is catch it, and it's a 1st down, and he drops it. This one could come back to haunt.
So the Vanderbilt offense heads back out onto the field. Handoff here from the shotgun. Able to fight for a decent gain here in that running play.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here. Keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
A gain makes it 2nd and medium. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. Gets rid of it on the move. Quick completion to the tight end. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Chris, much like we saw in the first half, this quarterback can put the ball right on the money. Now, you know the defensive coordinator at halftime spent all the time he could with his secondary to come up with answers on how to try to slow this guy down.
Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Loses 2. Brings up second down.
Important second down play coming up. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. Catch made on the left side. They finally tackle him at the 4. It's a solid gain on the pitch and catch.
Defenses all around the country have got to do a better job of keeping an eye on these little guys from the slot. They can dismantle a defense with their speed and quickness in the open space.
The Commodores pick up enough yardage to get a first down. The pocket breaking down. He's sacked and get brought down right at the 5-yard line. Check this out. It's a 5-wide receiver look on 2nd and goal. Touchdown, Vanderbilt. And this one is getting ugly.
I think we're starting to kind of see a theme here, Chris, today. That's his 2nd touchdown. The offensive line doing their job, and he's doing an outstanding job of just reading the defense, finding the hole, and being able to pick up big yards and touchdowns.
And now the defense decides to spend a timeout to regroup a bit. Formation would indicate they're going to try the onside kick here. And the receiving team makes the recovery. The hands team does its job perfectly. Here comes the San Diego State offense back out there. The last time they went forward on 4th down, didn't get it, and it ended up costing them 6 points. And they bounce back here. It's an out route. The catch made. Tackle made after the completion. The Aztecs hustle to the line to crank up the tempo.
As quarterbacks, when you see man-to-man coverage, before the ball's even snapped, you're looking for a matchup you want to exploit and take advantage of. This time, he waits for the back to find that matchup with the linebacker, makes the throw, and picks up a first down.
After the incompletion, they'll face a 3rd and 6. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Lets it go. That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up 4th down now.
Boy, Chris, what a hit there on that 3rd down play by the defensive back. If he doesn't make that play, that's probably a first down, and they move the sticks. Instead, we've now got 4th down.
It's press coverage now from these DBs. And he's throwing for it on 4th down. Lets it go quickly. But it's incomplete. The defense makes a 4th down stop.
Chris, I like the call here going for it on 4th down, but the receiver has got to do a better job of knowing exactly where that first down marker is and run that route a yard or 2 beyond the sticks to be able to give yourself a chance to pick up the first down. Instead, defense comes up with a stop, and they get the ball back.
Brings up second down.
Second down play coming up. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. It's a shotgun run call. They bring him down, but the gain moves the ball into enemy territory at the 43.
How about the offensive line here? Just a hat on a hat, opening up just enough room for the back to squeeze through there for a nice gain.
The shotgun running play call. Runs through the defender. And they finally stop him at a decent gain that time.
Second down. That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Vanderbilt 37, San Diego State 7.
Here we go. first play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a second down play. Tight end goes in motion before the snap. They'll test the right side here. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4.
Well, these obvious running situations are very tough when you're working with the lead late in the game because you know the defense is going to stack the line of scrimmage, make it as difficult as possible for you to run the football. So nice job there by the defense. They're trying to punch that ball out, do anything they can at all to get the ball back.
On third down, he drops to throw. He's moving out of the pocket. Quarterback finds a target on the right. It's complete. Tackle made at the 26, good enough for a first down.
And I've really enjoyed watching this guy play all year, and it's been great to see him in person today, making good decisions, accurate throws, and keeping this offense moving.
Use the running game to chew on this clock now.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with the defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Defense stops him, but that's a solid gain.
It's a good, solid gain, 5 or 6 yards. Love to see that from the running game.
And the Commodores looking to cash in the red zone. Can he get there on the ground? Got a lane. Can he get in? Touchdown, Commodores. Stretching the lead. This one is getting ugly. We'll set up for the PAT. And the PAT is good as they continue to pull away even more. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back.
Number 14.
And here's the return from inside the 5. And he's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start.
And the San Diego State offense will take over. First and 10.
The Aztecs offense back on the field now. Remember last time, went for it on fourth down. He got stopped. The opponent went right down the field. See if they can recover from that here. Catch made on the out route.
Well, playing with the lead, good job by this defense to keep the receiver in bounds. Try to keep that clock moving, trying to secure a victory.
That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag, doesn't get it. Brings up third down.
Chris, I thought he had his hands on that football. I thought he was going to come down with it. But give the defense all the credit with a big hit to knock that ball loose.
Third down here. Time for perhaps one more play before the 2-minute warning. Third down, out of the shotgun. Receiver makes the catch. That'll be enough for a first down, brought down at the 43. And that's the 2-minute warning here. This offense desperate to cut into this lead and then try to get the football back. And the Aztecs will have 1st and 10 here. Back to throw again. And that's incomplete, even on a first down pass attempt. He felt heavy pressure.
Boy, this offense has really struggled today, Chris, when it comes to throwing the football. They have dug themselves a huge hole. They're not going to have any chance of coming back. And I think one thing about this is you wonder where you go from here. You're hoping to make a play or two to give yourself a belief that things can get better, but it's just been a disastrous day for the offense.
Throws it to the right. And it's complete downfield. And he goes down after a huge gain. This offense is clicking now. The clock is still running. They got to get set quickly. DB's looking to jam the receivers at the snap. Trying to create outside the pocket now. Extending the play now. And he decides to step out of bounds, avoiding the contact. Doesn't have enough for the first down.
I love that this guy's not willing to just give up on plays. You know, he's got enough athletic ability to give you some positive yards in the run game, and he's able to do that right here.
He's looking deep here. And the pass is dropped. Would have been a big game, but he couldn't hold on.
How about the defense today? They have played so well. I think the defensive coordinator put together a great plan. His kids clearly understood their scheme because they have been aggressive and attacking all game long.
Finding space at the 20. Powers through a tackle. And he's finally forced out of bounds inside the 10. Big play to set up a 1st and goal. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. And he makes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Aztecs.
You know, the most impressive thing to me, Chris, I mean, they're not going to win this football game. I love that they're still fighting. And I think that tells you a lot about this team, the character, the culture, the way they're coached. It's not their day, but I'm just impressed that they're still battling out there.
Now a 2-point conversion attempt coming up. Different pre-snap look from the linebackers now. From the shotgun, drops back. And it falls incomplete. The defensive pressure hurried to throw that time. Getting set to kick the ball off now.
San Diego State, 13.
That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. So here comes the Commodores offense back on the field. This has been a tremendous performance by this team. Now just the finishing touches. Run out the clock and let the party begin. Moves the ball up to the 30.
Just another example of this offense, Chris, doing pretty much whatever they want to do. They've been able to run the football. Offensive lines held their own in pass protection. Quarterbacks had an outstanding day. You add all that up, it's a big reason why they're up by such a wide margin.
Commodores walk to the line in a hurry-up.
41-yard line. First down, Commodores.
Quarterback changing the play now at the line. On 1st down, it's play action. Looks to the left, pass caught. And he'll make his way out of bounds after gaining decent yardage. That completion makes it 2nd and medium. Keeping it on the ground here. Breaks loose at the 40. They get him down, but the game moves the ball to the 37. And that run, good for 1st down yardage. The drive moves on. Fakes the handoff, looking to throw. Trying to extend the play. Quarterback looking to scramble. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a 1st down. It's a 1st and 10 play coming up for the offense.
First down, Commodores.
And he'll set up to throw. Quarterback escapes the pocket. And he'll loft it to the end zone. Touchdown, Vanderbilt. And the beatdown continues.
You know, coaches love to see a football team that doesn't get caught up in the scoreboard. They're just out executing and doing what needs to be done. That's what we're seeing from this offense.